knowing what you know about disruption, knowing what you know about what's happening with the internet, how it's newspaper circulation declining, 2 of the 3 largest Yellow Pages companies going under, filing for bankruptcy, radio listenership down, a lot of network television programming going to the web, so local TV stations don't have as much primetime viewership. Is there a path for these companies to succeed, maybe completely retool themselves and emerge as stronger companies?
There really is, and I get that conclusion in my own mind from another theory from our research that Clark Gilbert was defining for us that is called jobs to be done. And the idea is that there might be a correlation between my characteristics and the probability that I might buy a product, but that's correlative. And what causes us to engage a service or buy a product is that we have a job that we have to get done, and we hire products or services to get these jobs done for us. And this job to be done exists whether or not there are customers people can hire to buy the product. Mm-hmm. In other words, there could be a great need based upon the job to be done, but there isn't a market. It's also true that if you look at the size of the market as measured by product sales or service sales, it might look as if it's going down, but the job to be done is still there, or maybe increasing. And so understanding the future of local media, it's really critical to understand what's the job and how robust is that job, and not be deceived by looking at the sales of the products that we historically have made available to the people who have a job to be done.
What you're talking about is defining the mission of a company. The company's mission is to provide information about and to inform the public. Not particularly in print. It doesn't have to be in print. It doesn't have to be in television. So how do they get that job done?
That's right.
Well, as you look at that, and as you know, as much as you know about disruption and how difficult it is for smart people to get it and understand it, what worries you the most about local media companies? What would cause them perhaps to fail? What would be their key weaknesses? And what might be their key strengths?
Well, the first is they define their business model by the products that they currently have been.
Newspapers, Yellow Pages, TV.
That's right. And the data on that is just depressing. There's a job to be done, and they look at the enthusiasm or the commitment for the customers to get this job done. I bet you the data would show that it's growing very rapidly. They're just getting the job done by other means that are not our products. And so it's really important to understand that they're actually in the midst of a boom. They're not selling products that get the job done, you know.
It's interesting you note that the compound annual growth rate for how much people spend on information, subscriptions, even internet access, cable TV, etc., has grown 4.5% in the past 10 years. The compound annual growth rate for advertising has grown 1/10 of that rate, which means people are just buying and buying and buying more information and actually filtering out the advertising on that.
In biological evolution, individual organisms don't evolve. They're born, they die. But little by little, mutants emerge. And as the mutants gain market share, a population can evolve, even though the individuals within it don't. In many ways, a business unit doesn't evolve well. Then you have a business model that defines how it makes its money, and business units typically are created and then die. But a corporation can evolve if it has the flexibility to create new business units.
Well, thank you very much for your time.